excuse me, pawa na ka sa iyang job, sa imong job with the employer because the employer wants to reduce the workforce. Okay? Gusto niya i-reduce ang workforce na gikan si imuha na balik-balik lang ang imong job within that kind of workplace. So what are the other non-state institutions? We have transnational advocacy groups. Transnational, no meaning transnational, but ibang mga nations are organized to promote and advocate principled causes, ideas, and values that aim to bring change to ordinary people's daily lives. So more on lifestyle, ideas, mga values, depending na kung unsa ang ginapaglaban ana ng mga advocacy groups. Members can be any knowledgeable, committed individuals and organizations with the same cry for change across state borders. Depende na kung unsa na ang ginapaglaban. Excuse me. Example, ginapaglaban nila ng mga human rights, animal welfare. Excuse me. Mga animal welfare, depending na sa mga advocacy groups kung unsa ang ilahang ginapaglaban ng mga ideya, mga values to the people. So what are the importance of transnational advocacy groups? They serves as voices, tinig of civil societies and of groups outside the political arena. So maghimo silang murag mohitingog sa mga yanong tao, okay? Common people so that the uh, political leaders were able to heard the cry of the citizens or the civil societies. They promote more comprehensive opportunities for dialogue on human rights issues. So, as what I have said, more on to human rights, different report animal welfare, mga yan, different ideas na ginapaglaban. Cultural, environmental concerns, and other cross borders. Through mobilization of information in support of a cause, they can influence international policy, actions, or practices. They create activities among themselves to forward the principled cause and make it happen. So, as they have said, in order to summarize this one, they only serves as they not only serves but they serves as voices and they are there to promote advocacy from the people and to make them also being heard by the political leaders themselves. Next is these are created after an international organizations. These are created after an international agreement between countries or organizations and become institutions that provide avenues for diplomatic agreement, rules, activities among nations. International organizations can be categorized into two international government organizations that are being run by the government and international governmental organizations or INGOs, INGOs, or depending how you read that, more commonly NGOs, okay, non-government organizations or organizations that are being created by international agreement, international, so lahi gyapon ni siya ng mga nations or lahi nations or founded by different people from different nations between countries or organizations and become institution. Okay, they form an institution. IGOs and NGOs exist for different reasons, such as controlling the multiplication of conventional nuclear weapons. This is being established. Not really sure if it's during the World War II, but during those times where war is really rampant here in our world, overseeing trade, exchange, mga trade and commerce, keeping up military alliances. So we all know what is military alliances, ending world hunger, poverty and discriminations, and encouraging the spread of democracy, harmony. Kaning ending world hunger is what I have remembered when I was dugay na to siya long last basta dugay na to siya na ito yung mga nagapanghatag og mga mura man to di pud sa panginaway mag pagkaon og giro pero di gito sa panginaway mura lang dito siya nga to ang ilang pa na to naghatag sila murag packs of food mo to siya packs of food to, especially ginatag ito siya sa mga third world countries, to have this advocacy nila para i-end ang world hunger. Ang gito siya, pero mura yung pagkawag. Sorry for that. Basta mo to siya. And the most notable IGO, international organizations, is IGO ba niya siya? Not really sure. Pero mag IGO niya siya. It's the UN, United Nations, which was established October 24, 1945 after the World War II. This organization also creates programs and advocacies. IGO ni siya kay ran the government man ni siya ug ang nagapadagan ani kay ang mga government leaders that aim to address poverty, hunger, and terrorism. So that is the basic main advocacy of UN. Environmental problems, economic issues, and many others can be read in Article 1 of the UN Charter. So that's it. Those are the different non-state institutions, formal, formal and non-formal forms of non-state, forms of non-state institution. We have banks, corporations, cooperatives, labor trade unions, and other non-state institutions, which are the IGOs, the transnational national government organizations, and mga NGOs. Ano na, transnational advocacy groups dahil and international organizations. So I think we have exceeded 15 minutes.